Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. This morning, Alhamdulillah, we continue again on talking on the subject of what is the striking finding after reading the Quran from page 1 to page 87. So we had set up category of looking into the common expression or words. Then we'll look into the figures mentioned in the Quran, the story of Adam, story of Ibrahim, story of Moses. But then these are the easy hanging fruits. But after weeks of talking, then the easy hanging fruits are getting difficult to find. Thereafter, I decided to change slightly to look into sentences or expression related to Aqidah. So we've been looking into the expression related to Aqidah in the opening surah of the Al-Quran. So we have went through reading the opening surah and found amazingly quite a number. And I read again Surah Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Rabbil Alamin, we have discussed. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Maliki Yawm, we have discussed. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Iyyaka na'budu, iyyaka nasta'in, we have discussed. So now, what is next? Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Show me the straight path. So the word I like to bring you to attention is the way of straight path. So what is the way of straight path? Then I continue again after that. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim khairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. So what is the way of straight path? The sentence following that explain what is straight path. Is the path that is given to the people who Allah had given the favor. Then continue, not the path that not the part of those who had caused anger to Allah. It continue, and not the path of the people who had gone astray. So these two sentences are much related, straight path and the sentence following that. So just look at this sentence closely. Straight path. So what is a straight path? So a straight path is not a crooked path. If we say a man is crooked, it's not something positive. If a man is crooked, that means it can mean many things. You cannot trust him. He's a bad man. And he is not good person, a crooked man. He can cheat you, so it's a warning. If I tell you he's a crooked man, so be away. So what is the opposite of that? It's a straight man. If you say the man is straight, mean he's honest. He's a good man. So when I say a straight path is the right path. It's not a crooked path, it's the right path. So I have been telling you on Aqidah, if you got your Aqidah right, then there will be the chance that you'll attain paradise. But if you get your Aqidah wrong, there is more or less no chance that you will attain paradise. So it's very important that you get your Aqidah right. Then it is like saying it's very important you get the right path, and we ask help from Allah to show us the right path, show us the right Aqidah, help us to get to the right Aqidah. So Allah mentioned in the next sentence how we'll get right Aqidah. So we have, in order to get the right Aqidah, we should follow the people who had the right Aqidah. So it is mentioned those who get the right Aqidah are the people who had been given the favor. So if you look, who is the people who get the favor of Allah? On top must be His messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and just below that will be his companions like Sayyidina Abu Bakar, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Ali, Sayyidina Usman, and these people, the Prophet had been saying that the 10 people he had guaranteed to go to paradise. So these are the people who Allah had given favor to. So if you believe by the understanding of Prophet companion, that is the right belief, that is the right akidah. And then Allah also said not mean avoid the people who had caused anger to Allah. So Muslim scholars interpret this as the Jew people. Sorry to say, it's the Jew people, because I remember reading the Quran when the Jew blame Allah, like Allah was asking, why have you not do good, why have you not obeyed, things like that. And then the Jews reply, you have closed our heart. And then Allah said, no, because looking back what they had done, they had killed prophets of Allah, they have changed or altered the book of Allah. And look at how difficult was Moses with his followers. So they had a bad record. And then Allah was saying, because they had killed his prophets, Allah even said in the Quran that Allah cursed them. So basically, in the end, Allah was angry with them, and that's why this word appear, Allah had cursed them. So if you look back again, when Prophet Muhammad came, they were the people who told the Arabs in Medina that a new prophet would be coming, because they had the book, so they know that Prophet Muhammad is coming. So the people of Medina believe what the Jews were telling, and the people of Medina were looking for this coming of the Prophet of Allah. When they identified the man, then they invited Prophet Muhammad to come to Medina to be raised as the leader. And actually it materialized that Prophet Muhammad came to Medina and be the leader of the Arab peoples in Medina. But then there's a revelation of the Quran. This revelation many times it start with remember. I remember reading this many sentences that start with remember. Actually this sentence was meant or addressed to the Jew. Remember the favor that given to you, meaning the favor that had been given to the ancestors of the Jews. So this was like inviting the Jews to believe in the new prophets and assist him, but it didn't happen. They didn't do it. Yes, except a few only. In fact, they had breached the treaty of peace with the Muslim when the Muslim were attacked by the unbelievers of Medina. They breached a treaty of peace and actually planned to attack the Muslim from the back. So all this had caused anger of the Muslim, also anger of Allah. And we look at that, they never get the guidance. They always look at it, and their leader even say, not that I don't believe, but I am jealous. So this jealousy is harmful jealousy, and the Jews had always been the enemy of the Muslim around the Medina. In the end, there had been a war between the Jews and the Muslim, and in the end, the Muslim was able to defeat them and chase them away from around Medina, because Prophet always see them as a threat to the Muslim. So it's better for the Jews to be far away from where the Prophet and the Muslim live. So you see, they are not, these people, they are not getting the guidance. They are not getting the way that is straight. So that is one. Another part of the sentence is not the way of the people who had gone astray. This is interpreted as the Christian. The Christian at that time had not shown a big enmity to the prophets. At the time when the prophet was in Medina, but this Christian came to prophet, asking the prophet to endorse their belief. They were also quite stubborn, and they had not believed the prophet, and they always think their belief is right, to the extent of meeting the prophet to endorse their belief. But then the prophet invite them to pray together with prophets, ask for the guidance. If they had not still believed the prophet, let them pledge oath, and let Allah punish them if they are wrong, and let Allah punish the prophet if the prophet was wrong. So this invitation was rejected by the Christian, and they went away without getting their religion endorsed by the prophets. So these people prefer to go away and in a state of not getting the straight path. So the straight path is the way, the belief of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and also his companions. So it's very important to get the right path. If you see any dispute or any new teaching which is not according to the understanding of, or not according to the belief of the prophet and his companion, that is likely a path that is not straight. I was telling you about this group, the Wahhabi and the Shia people. And also the saying of the prophets, in the future Islam will be branched into 73 branches, and only one will attain paradise, that is Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And with that, the teaching of Wahhabi is not included as the teaching of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah by the scholars of Islam when they had a meeting in Russia, a place called Chechnya, and they all together agree to decide that the teaching Wahhabi is out of the Sunnah, Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah teaching. So is the teaching of Shia is out of the way of the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Alhamdulillah, if we follow the four mashab, the four mashab in Islam. So this mashab of Islam is only related of the minor doing in the way we practice Islam. So these four mashab by the four Imam Shafi'i, Imam Maliki, Imam Hanbali, and Imam Hanafi. So in our part of the world, we follow Imam Shafi'i. Alhamdulillah, our Imam is following the way of Ahlul Sunnah wa Jama'ah. Our Imam Shafi'i and all the four Imam had lived in the earlier times. They are not like Wahhabi teaching that only appeared in about 200 years ago. And the Shia teaching, I told you, they dislike the companion of the prophets, so it doesn't look right anyway, because why should they hate the people who were liked by the prophets, even they are the father-in-law of the prophets. So but look at it, they are away from the straight path. And I told you the Wahhabi, they like the path of the Quran, that is mustashibihat, which is not clear, and they interpret the Quran as they like to interpret, and not accordance to the understanding of the prophets and his companion. And for this reason, they are away from the straight path. Okay, I think I leave you from there. Thank you very much for listening.